As a Muslim revert, I could say from firsthand experience that the Islamic way of life is easier than the old way of ignorance. And it really stems from a radical shift in the way that I understand two basic ideas. Number one is freedom. Number two is truth. So from an Islamic perspective, the way I see freedom now is simply what you get when you walk the straight path. And so I see freedom as a kind of freedom from, freedom from the nonsense and lies and BS of the world so that I can follow what God tells me to do. And speaking of, when I talk about truth now, I actually just strictly ask myself, what does God say? Because for me, truth is what God says it is. And so having that perspective greatly simplifies my life. Prior to, I was thinking about reading all these different works on philosophy, and they're all arguing with each other and arguing about what's true and what's false and how it is. And what a great time saver it is to just simply open the Quran, ask myself, what does God say? And then I experience more and more freedom as I actually do what he says, as opposed to the so-called Western way of looking at freedom, which I think mostly has to do with, hey, I can do whatever I want. I'm free. Actually, no, that's a kind of slavery because people end up becoming slaves to their impulses and their lusts. Whereas in Islam, we become slaves to God. And for that, I am very grateful.